Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, light warriors, old souls, evolving beings. Happy 2025. It is January 9th. Yeah, I honestly can't believe 2025. And already you can definitely tell the cataclysmic energies that are happening. One of the largest dreams that I had a few nights ago, and my dreams have been super, super vivid, was something I had been told about a while ago, but I just want to give a heads up to the light workers out there. And I think when I describe this dream, you'll understand what I mean. So, a lot of people are being targeted in the sense that when false information continues to go through our collective, certain people either get triggered, respond to it negatively, or they literally cling onto someone else giving the information to them so that they can function. And the whole point of being around during an ascension, like we are going through right now, is to always go within to answer the questions and not need to rely on others for advice so much. The problem is that when we have this much energy floating around, bombarding you, coming from all directions, sometimes you can really get decentered. So I will talk at the end of this. I have opened up some easy, quick sessions. I greatly reduced the price to try to help as many people as I can, but I'll get into that afterwards. So the dream was a tsunami came in, and it was targeted specifically at light workers. All of these light workers had gotten together, and they are some of the major positive beings who really are working for the benefit of mankind. And we each come at this from a different perspective, which is what's so cool about our collective. You have the actual healers. Those are people who most likely have been ascended masters before or are currently ascended masters. We have been born since birth with innate healing abilities. So for if you go back and listen to my videos, you know I have the ability to put my hands over somebody to be able to heal them of bruises, infections, whatever it may be, as well as the ability to hook up in what you would call the astral, be able to pull in information, in a sense, talk to your body along with your guides and create change. If you as an individual are contracted and ready for that change. So you have those types of healers. You have the visionaries, those of us who get visions of what the future will be like. We pull in different timelines, different grids. We do a whole bunch of dream work. We make changes before they even hit the collective and push in a certain direction so the ascension can continue. You have individuals who are more practical in the way that they go about spreading information. They take what they see as a knowledge base or what they've learned through wisdom, and they put information in a way that the average person can understand. And this is a form of a gift. It's an ability to be able to take in really complex views and put them out into the public in an easy, digestible fashion. So you have more and more light workers that are coming online. Just some phenomenal beings who are in their 20s and 30s who have gotten the fact that they truly are angelics in physical being. And each one, as I stated, is coming about and presenting their information in the way that either they were trained in ancient years from wisdom academies or from certain star places. So again, in this dream, all of a sudden a tsunami comes in, and all of these healers who are gathered in one place are getting literally just thrown around in all different directions. And in the dream, I'm sitting here wondering, why did they put themselves there? Why did they choose to go to that specific event or to be there at that certain point? All of a sudden, there were cars and mechanical pieces that were coming through. And literally, I was watching some of these light workers practically get hit. Now, the good news is they were making it. So, first of all, I don't want to put any fear into you. I just want you to know if you're doing this type of work, you're going to be okay. You're going to make it through, but it is going to be a little bit dicey at points. It will probably even make you wonder whether or not you even want to do it. But I keep getting the message, pursue it, pursue it, pursue it, because all hands on deck are needed. Now, there was another group that ended up getting caught in the undercurrent. And these are the individuals who truly, their hearts are not centered and focused in the right direction. And very much like my message at the end of last year, the last message, now I'm making it sound like, it was like a whole year ago, whatever, 10 days ago. That is a really packed message. So you should go back and listen to that. But the fact is that as these energies are out there, they are literally dissolving and removing from your memory, your place, your beingness, those pieces that no longer serve you. And so what will happen is you will even find that the people maybe you followed in 2019 or whenever it is that you started to wake up simply have just disappeared. Now, there is so much going on in the energies as far as this dissolution that you could very well be picking up on it. Whether you call yourself a light worker, a regular person, or whatever, it doesn't matter. But what's happening is all of these particles that are floating around, a lot of times what we try to do to give ourselves balance is hold on to the pieces that we're used to because we're used to it. It makes our ego feel good. But the problem is those egoic structures will never serve you in the higher dimensions. So it almost feels like you're breaking off a piece of who you are, and you're standing there going, I just have no idea who I am anymore. What is my purpose? Why am I going through this again? And the fact is that we're getting replenished over and over and over. And we really evolve in the spiral up and out, the golden spirals coming from your beingness. When you're not holding on to attachments of any form, you're not defining yourself by the illness. You're not defining yourself by an addiction or a drama or whatever it may be. The purer we can hold our own light, the quicker we all move. So there was so much information that was floating through, even in reference to this fear of fog and all these things that are being done. First of all, and I'm not saying that some of these things are not happening. you know that because I have talked about this very often. But the fact is that a lot of people don't understand what ascension symptoms are. So let's say all of a sudden the chart went to red. And at the same time as the chart went to red, as far as the HP index or the Schumann resonance, at exactly the same time you see a fog go through and by you, if you did not know that you were suffering from ascension symptoms, of course you would jump to the fact that something else was happening, that you were being polluted, that you were being attacked in some way. I don't know how many ways I can help others understand that we have the capability, 100%, no questions asked, to heal through all things as long as we hold the vibration above the illness or the attack. It's love. It's unconditional love. It's a knowing so deep in your heart that you can overcome every single obstacle that's out there. And again, it's your willingness to let go of the title, of the illness, of whatever the attachment is that you've been holding on to. Could be a marriage, could be a relationship. It could be absolutely anything. It could be a food. It could be a drink, anything. But anytime you raise an energetic vibration above what a sickness or an illness or a trauma is, you are healing that. And slowly but surely, in return, your physical body will heal. Now, there are people who can hold so much light that they are able to have spontaneous remissions, even from the worst disease you could possibly think of. Because each disease, each illness is a frequency band. And when you understand that you can actually move that frequency, it will disappear. But if you hang on to it with fear and attachment, and that's all you can focus on, and you feed yourself with the belief of what a physician says, stage 4, or the words terminal, or whatever it may be, your ego and your mind in that frequency have the ability to override your spirit. And there is a portion of people who are so run down, even light workers, so hurting, so upset, so confused, so angry, holding fear, holding frustration that things haven't moved quicker, that they are holding themselves back. And I know how difficult it is to say goodbye to loved ones, to situations, to beautiful places we may have been, perhaps to possessions, whatever they may be. But in the end, we leave all things behind. We are truly visitors here. So your joy and your love and your desire, most likely to want to be of service to others and not service to self, is such a beautiful, beautiful thing that we don't want lost. So I highly encourage you not to fall for, again, some of the stories that are coming out. hold very strongly to the fact, even if you're just picturing it in your brain, that this incredible new grid has been anchored, and that no matter what you see, you're going to keep anchoring to that grid, that you're going to keep aligning with the divine, that you're going to go into your heart, that you really came here with high frequencies to override everything, to prove that you absolutely have come here to serve and to expand and to love on others, and to do that in peace and comfort and health. So there are so many cleansings that are going on right now, which is why the energy is so wild. And these cleansing are cellular. Our DNA is being upgraded, as I have said, for the last few years. And it does create discomfort. But that discomfort then brings you to a higher place. If you go back and listen to my videos of where I was 2 years ago with all of the horrible, horrible symptoms that I had to manage through, some of you will be getting them now. But the energies, once you make it past and beyond that, are more bliss energies. It's more like a sense of coming home. And when you start to move into that sense of coming home, right here where you are, it frees up energy and attachments so that you can lovingly help other people, that you don't feel quite as drained, that you don't go through what so many therapists have gone through, which is just pure friggin' burnout. And part of the reason why I don't do talking sessions any longer is because when you understand that the frequency of love and the frequency of healing comes so much more in picture form, in light language form, in working with the unconscious, in moving energy and frequencies that cannot be seen, versus words or spellings putting you down, you start to realize that therapy at some point, if not used properly, can hold you back. This is the reason why, when it comes to trauma and the other types of abuses, we can heal them now so quickly without going through all of the drama you had to go through before. Since 2023, when I got my first downloads of light language and healing codes, I have been trying to get them out to people and to try to put them in a format that everybody can access for much less expensive. And I am still working on that. Now, the fascinating part, which made me have to go back and relook at all the pieces and update them, is that we literally are having some magnetic shifts. So the magnetic shifts and the changes overall do influence where at the moment the glyphs, those are the little diagrams, they're handwritten, needed to be updated. So I am still working on those. And then there's all the lovely issues of, well, I have this site, which is quantumgiftedhealer.com. And I did open up a couple of the soul catalyst readings and a couple other things. So you can go there and take a look at that. And those go very, very quickly. But they can only allow, on the site that I have, I can only post so many things. So I did post on PayHip some healing glyphs for people who are interested in getting a session. And what happens is I tune in you have to answer a couple basic questions. I'm able to tune in and see what's going on with you, and also get a message, hear and see where you're getting stuck or what's going on, work with your unconscious, work with your spirit, work with your soul to then have it reflect back into your personal physical being. And I have found that if people look at these and meditate on these, just take a picture of the work that I do, put it in your phone when you're ready to meditate, or if you're having a weak moment or something like that, take a look at it. Because what's happening is your soul actually resonates with frequencies and energy. This is what triggers the body to heal or to regress. So the form of meditation, again, if it's just positively thinking of something or enjoying something, this is a perfect way to take a look at it and to be able to pull in the information that's going to get you to the next step. So I am offering those. We'll see how quickly they book up. But just for our beautiful beings out there, I know some people are struggling. I've gotten some messages that they just need a little extra push. So I wanted to offer some of these sessions at a discounted price. And with that, I will send a little recording of what I see are the biggest issues for you to take a look at. In the form that you fill out, always make sure to fill out as much as you can. So you want to set at least 15 minutes aside. If you do more, like 30 minutes, and put more information down, I always go the extra mile to make sure that you get what you need. So I am working on those and making them available for a little while. All right. So the other issues are in reference to how it feels as though there is no change, in the sense of you haven't seen some things that you think were promised. They haven't come to fruition yet. So the big question that I want you to contemplate is, if you are stuck in believing someone else's illusion as to what is going to happen in your future, you are limiting your own growth potential. Because a part of getting the hang of these catalytic things, January, February, March, and a little halfway into April, is you creating your own life, your own enjoyment, and the things that you want to do in the future. And believe it or not, this is not purely dictated by what happens in the material. This is why it is always so crucial to listen to your imagination, to see what gets your spirit to flow. You may have been a banker your whole life, but have always had a dream of being an artist. So whatever you can do to start working on your art is actually going to bring, even if it's not monetary, is going to bring your frequency so much higher and move you so much more quickly that things are going to definitely start to appear in your world. So no matter what you see, the tsunami coming, no matter if you see light workers going down a different track, go back and listen to my last message, because there's kind of 3 ways in which the world is going right now. different than the 3 waves of Dolores Cannon. So don't confuse the two. Go back and listen. And the highest wave is definitely connected to the pure ascension path, which will move us in a completely different direction. And when you don't focus on those attachments, the old life that you thought you might have wanted, you will be able to move, heal, and clear so much more quickly. But yes, there is a lot going on energetically. So hold strong. You can do this. And if you need a little extra help, feel free just to contact me. Either send me a note at docstarseed@yahoo.com, or I will put the link, head over to PayHip and get a session. And I will keep working to try to be able to get some of the more general glyphs up so that people can just kind of buy a package and work on it themselves. All right. Happy 2025. Love you.